so jobs coming over.
It's been repowered. It's on its third
When do you
stage.
know?
It gets used right
be on its fourth.
This is fine. Our business suffered no damage whatsoever.
Wow.
OBS Marine is just, we were very lucky.
And what is your name?
Colin, C-O-L-I-N, Rose, R-O-S-E, like the flower.
All right, Mr. Rose. And what is your business?
I have OBS Marine Limited. I'm a outboard motor distributor, and I'm a boat builder. I've been building boats for 30 years. I build the boats called Freeport Skiff. We build small boats from 14 to 25 feet long.
How long have you been on the Bahamas?
I've been in the Bahamas since 1946.
Did you ever expect to see anything like this?
No, I can literally say I've been through a dozen hurricanes, and this is just beyond my belief, totally.
What was your mindset going into the storm?
We knew it was going to be bad because we have a friend that works with NOAA up in Washington, and she told us to be careful and watch out.
So what was the plan?
No plan. We have a plan for our home. Our home was elevated. The main home was elevated 14 feet above sea level, and the first home we built was only at about 4 feet over existing grade, and we knew that's been flooded 18 inches, 2 feet a couple of times over the years, but we never expected, nowhere near had any thought of 20 feet, that it was possibly going to be 20 feet over normal. And this hurricane, the top of my roof of my guest cottage was underwater. And that's a regular home built 4 feet above the existing wall, not the sea level, but the existing wall. And that was totally underwater. So it means that the water rose here somewhere around 20 feet above normal, somewhere between 20 and 22 feet. I don't know exactly, but roughly that.
So where were you during the storm?
We went up into the attic of my main house because my main house was elevated. The 6 of us spent 2 days up there waiting for it to slow down. We took 2 days. Did I say 6 days? 2 days. We were in there for 2 days. 2 nights, and we had 6 of us, 2 children, 4 adults, and 3 dogs. And we were up in the rafters of the main house. And we just had to wait till we got my son to come and rescue us. And we've been involved with, I've been in the rescue business here in Freeport with Bahamas SE Rescue Basra. I've been involved with it for 50 years. And he was a very active member at quite a few points in his early life. And he came and got us, picked us up in a boat when the wind was down to 60, 70 miles an hour.
So what were the sounds and the feelings like inside that attic?
I personally wasn't. We were nervous, but I wasn't worried because I knew that the sea wasn't going to rise. It had to come up to get to us where we were. It had to come up another 7 or 8 feet. And I felt quite safe that it wasn't going to come that high. But it was beyond belief. Just.
How were the children and stuff handling it?
The children handled it fine. They've had no problem. It doesn't seem to. It might come back at a later date to bother them.
Well, hopefully not.
Yeah.
Well, can you tell us what street we're standing on?
We are on Ingrave Drive.
What's wrong with Ingrave Drive right now?
It's just the boat blocking the water, blocking.
We're actually standing under your boat.
We're standing on the boat, and the boat is right across Ingrave Drive. So.
That's happy that ain't going through nobody's front door.
So how do you go about moving a boat this size?
There's a crane coming to pick it up. There's a big, massive lift crane that's coming down from the industrial area of Freeport by the ship repair facility, and they're going to pick it up and move it a leg at a time. It'll most probably take half a day once they start the work to move it.
How did you find it?
The boat?
Yes.
Well, I live just quarter of a mile away from here.
What did you think when you saw it?
I didn't see it for the deck. Somebody told me it was here, because I didn't come this way when I left in the rescue boat.
How long is this boat?
It's just under 70 feet,
So 70-foot boat.
30-foot beam. It's a catamaran, big cat. So,
Good luck moving. I'm sorry about your losses, and hopefully you guys recover quick.
well, we'll recover. It's very unusual to, you just sit and think. Now you look at all these things around the world when you see a tsunami that goes through here or goes through there, and you just look at it on the weather and you say, oh, well, now it sort of brings some definite feeling to what actually happens, because at that point you don't really recognize anything. At this point you then becomes part of you and you realize what it's like.
Completely impossible to understand until it happens
It
to you.
is, completely. So,
Well, what can you say to people that'll be watching this? What?
I have no answer for them. Just be careful. Figure out where you're going to live and make sure it's safe.
Well, thank you so much for your time.
You're very welcome.